Okay, let's do this thing in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Not in Green Bay, because we probably say something that was Green Bay, Wisconsin. But yeah, AEW tonight, folks. Dynamite. What do we got going on in the show tonight, huh? After so much going on from last week to I don't know, what was it, MJF days and Mini Men. They wouldn't play the uncensored version, but we already know why. But this week, what do we got going on this week? AEW Dynamite. We kick it off with Swerve versus Darby Allin. Now, I didn't really know what happened on Rampage or Battle of the Belts. I literally skimmed through it or saw a little. I guess Cage or the Embassy is now working with Swerve. I don't know what happened to the guy that was supposed to be Brock, but he looked like Brock, but he wasn't really Brock Lesnar, but he looked like Brock Lesnar. And Stitches, what happened to that former crew? I don't know. But Swerve went against Darby. Uh, Good match, good opener. We have seen these two face each other off before. I actually did enjoy this. I know they focus on Swerve's foot out there. I know they had Brian Cage and Prince Nana get involved, which at least they got Cage finally doing something right now. Because half the time they got Cage just damn near jobbing to anybody on here. That I forget they're holding them Ring of Honor 6-man titles, but they end up trying to help Swerve. Swerve tried to get a chair, it didn't work. Darby ended up hitting with like the Last Supper for the win. So Darby ended up beating Swerve right there. MJF came out then. Talking about what happened in Full Gear with both of them the last time they were in the ring, and a simple headlock takeover took down Darby Allin, even though he did cheat to win that match. But you're just like everyone else in this arena that you suffered 30 some concussions, but you're not on the level of the devil, he said. Darby went on to talk about MJF. Are you ever happy and everything? You have all these materialistic things, and you talked about you would be on TV at some point in time, and all your problems would all go away. But Darby said he put himself into therapy the first year he got into AEW, and basically talked about, he stopped caring for himself, but he wanted to give back and, bought his parents a house and make sure his father retired. Basically, he wanted to give back. And Sting isn't his dad, but he's his best friend in the business right now. Excuse me. Darby basically went on to talk about MJF saying your 15-minute ride is going to come to an end. Um, and that you have no morals and whatnot. Basically, MJF's told him you're an arrogant little boy and whatnot. That listen, morals kill careers in this sport, and that's a fact. All right, and you act like a daredevil and stuff, and you're not gonna sacrifice when you're needing to. Okay, because I may be alone on my deathbed, and if there's an afterlife that exists in heaven, he's gonna be carrying this AEW World Title with him. Because all the other pillars, they're all just going to fall because you're dealing with the greatest. That is MJF, and that Darby Allin's legacy is going to be Sting's bitch and whatnot. So very good promo stuff between both of these guys right here. But we actually got Sting come out next to talk, which honestly we see Sting, but we never hear from Sting, and him and his very cool looking bomber jacket out there also. Sting basically, went out there. So wow, I can't do the thing, but you know how he does it. Then he you want to talk about his daddy daycare and stuff, and you think I'm more of a cheerleader, and he starts throwing pom poms at him. Then okay, he starts he literally throws pom poms at MJF. And how about this? You want to talk about daddy daycare? Let's talk about the Cody daycare. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to talk about Cody, am I? But truth hurts. Your support system was Cody. Cody Rhodes and whatnot. I had a support system too. How Ric Flair helped me in my career and talked about, with the Crow Sting and the Wolfpack Sting also. Shout out to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. He did out there too. And he's got a little bit of Joker Sting still left in him also. But he doesn't need to go for the world title. And he, be honest, Showtime, he doesn't know how long his career is going to keep going at this point. And it amazes me Sting is somewhat still going, even after that injury he suffered, a few years ago and came back better than ever. But Sting said this is his time right now. It's showtime for Darby Allin. He's going to be the next AEW World Champion. And Darby basically said he would leave this business the man he came in. And I'm going to end your reign of terror. Honestly, I've said it before. I'd rather just see Darby versus MJF for the title. Okay, I know they're doing this whole fatal 4-way 4 pillars thing. It's you could say this promo went on a little bit longer out there, but it was better than Sammy's promo where I just felt like he was just talking on, and it didn't really get to the point that I lost focus of. I've said it before, like sometimes I feel like they got the wrong pillars and whatnot too, because one, I just rather just have Darby. Darby and MJF are really the top two out of this whole pillar thing. I don't see Sammy as a pillar still, and the jury's out for Jungle Boy, but I don't see it at the same time also. But this is really good promo between all three of these guys. So hell of a promo segment between Sting, Darby, and MJF out here. That was really good. Um, what was next after that? I know they ended up having Hobbs beat up Silas Young, which, Silas Young, I don't know what's going on Ring of Honor right now, so I can't really answer that. I'm trying to watch Ring of Honor. I don't know if he's been on there, but basically it was a squash match. And then they just have um they start beating up Silas Young, gonna put him through a table, but then Wardlow is back and he starts beating up Hobbs's car, which is kind of makes no sense. They just showed this car like before the match, this nice car that apparently QT got him. I've never even seen it till tonight. And now it's like Wardlow just destroying this car and taking a forklift and flipping it over. And then, Wardlow and Hobbs are fighting out there. And then Solo goes through the stage. I don't know where this QTV Hobbs Wardlow thing. Wardlow is just cooled off at this point. Like, I like Wardlow, but he is cooled off so badly. It is insane that I don't even think he can come back from this now at this point, because this guy was really one of the most over people in this company, and now that's disappeared. That really has disappeared. So that ship has kind of sailed. And I like Hobbs, but why do they still have him with QT? I don't know. This makes no sense, and this car just came out of nowhere. Like, I don't even understand. Um, After that, though, what is there more to say? Like, I really don't know more to say from this. I know they showed a video of Jay White and Juice Robinson basically said Bullet Club is going to be taking over here, and now it's Bullet Club Gold now. So basically, it's like NWO Wolfpack versus NWO Black and White. So basically, I'm sure Juice, well, not Juice, mostly Jay White is there, I guess, to help get Juice over, because we need bigger Bullet Club members, and I guess Jay White is still the leader of this version of Bullet Club right now, which obviously, if you're not watching New Japan, I'm sure at some point he's going to have to go and fight David Finlay and all them, which at this point he just needs to go get Chris Bay, Ace Austin, and El Phantasmo, since I guess they kicked him out of the Bullet Club over there in New Japan. It'll be some Civil War thing that is going to happen. That's what I see going, because Juice ain't enough when it comes to this whole Bullet Club Gold. They're going to have to go get Chris Bay and Ace Austin and El Phantasmo, and it'll be some Civil War Bullet Club thing. So that's what I see going on. Orange Cassidy went against Buddy Matthews, Buddy Murphy for the international title. Listen, man, at this point every week, I just kind of halfway pay attention to these title matches. Like, I'm surprised they didn't even have him kick off the show again this week, because apparently he's bringing in the ratings and stuff. I only kind of watch because Buddy was out there, and I think he's really good, but I don't really have much care for this international championship. Like, I've already thought it was gotten ridiculous after he started beating Jay Lethal and Big Cass out there clean, and even Jeff Jarrett, even though it's a whole bunch of shenanigans, but at this point, it's kind of like, it's whatever to me at this point. Like, this international title thing is just, it is what it is. And, I guess he had an injury, and, Buddy Murphy tried to roll him up, but he countered with the mousetrap move and won from there. And then they talked about his injured hand, and for some reason, I guess the best friends now want a shot at the IWGP tag title, since Aussie Open won them last Saturday at Segura Genesis. Like, why are we giving out random IWGP tag title shots for? Like, I don't understand that. That's really strange. Like, why do they deserve a title shot in general? And speaking of the next dying more of 1,000 deaths segment, okay, they had Ethan Page out there, right? Talking about Matt Hardy and how about they cost him the match, and Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy came out. I don't know what happened to Mark Quinn. He just kind of disappeared. And listen, the crowd was dead. They did not care. And they talked about Hook beating Page, and, Hook beats you, so we're out of the contract now, so we don't have to work for the firm anymore. And, we're going to be done after another match. But then Ethan Page said, the firm, it's not just me and Stokely. And then they sent out, Big Cass, and that Bill name still makes no sense. And Lee Moriarty started beating them up. And you can see how dead the crowd was. Like, they cared. They gave zero fucks. Like, they didn't care. And then Hook came out, but he was taken out. Like, thank God Jeff Hardy came out and woke the crowd up, because Jeff Hardy returned out here. And I said, like, Matt needs Jeff desperately. And I can't believe I ended up kind of calling that right now. I didn't think Jeff Hardy was even going to show up. But Jeff Hardy came up. Came out there. He was over as hell, of course. Big pop. Starts beating up everybody, twist of fate on Lee Moriarty, and then hitting the Swanton bomb on him. Listen, I'm glad Jeff Hardy's back. I hope Jeff Hardy can stay clean, and he's doing good right now. Um, I know what happened. Like, what was it, about a month ago, about how he was basically he basically got off. Okay, so he had like time served, and some would say he got slapped on the wrist. But hey, like I said, the guy's a celebrity, so I guess get special treatment. Um, and whatnot. Because even I'm almost surprised Jeff Hardy didn't really serve any jail time after his last incident. Listen, I've talked about this before. I talked about it when the incident happened. I like Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is one of my favorite wrestlers. He always will be. And I'm glad he can still go. And, it's Jeff. I like Jeff, but throughout the years and just his many problems and demons and whatnot, I hope he can just stay clean. Like I really do. I hope he can just not have any either DUI or alcohol or drug problems. Because even I kind of got to the point last time. It's like what's the end game to all of this? Like I'm glad because like after looking at the last incident, like this dude was literally that fucked up. Like he was that bad of shape and damn near crashing, could have crashed into somebody and didn't even pass the field test. So I just hope, because it's been, how long has it been? Jeff's been gone for like damn near over a year at this point, right? Because when did he get that DUI? Was it June? I know it was after May, or was it in May? So it's been damn near a year since Jeff Hardy has been gone from AEW. So I just hope, like I said, I hope the guy's in a good place. I just hope he stays out of trouble, and we don't really hear any more. I don't want to hear another DUI or some another drug incident, or I don't know. And it's just, it feels random to bring him back. But should Jeff, even I questioned before, like, should Jeff Hardy even be in the ring right now? Because even I said, like, this guy just needs to focus on himself and get healthy, and then maybe come back to wrestling. Because I was at the point, I even said, like, I didn't even care if Jeff Hardy even came back to wrestling right now. I just want the guy to get clean and, you know, take care of himself first, but take care of himself first for even coming back. So I hope he has done that. Like I said, I already know what happened last month with the whole court thing and what he got, but I really do hope Jeff Hardy can stay clean this time. But I just, like I said, history has repeated itself so many times. But I get it. Addiction is a hard thing, but there's got to be an end game to this sooner or later. So I'm glad to see Jeff Hardy back, but I just hope he stays clean. I know they had some Omega promo talk about the Blackpool Combat Club and talk about what happened to Don Callis and stuff, and thanking the fans and all that. Listen, and this is just dumb to me right here, and I'm surprised this went on this long, because I was actually cooking food during this, and I was surprised this match went on this long. So we got the Blackpool Combat Club, no Danielson this week, but Moxley and Claudio versus Cutler and Naka, get the fuck off my TV. And I'm sitting there looking at this like, okay, they beat the hell out of these guys, make them bleed. Why are they getting this much offense and hope spots out there? This should have been done in a minute, and that should have been it. Why are they beating up the elite underling guys out there? Especially, and I don't know how this crowd really care, because, like, dude, who really gives a fuck about any of these two people out here? Like, why is this a match? Why is this a thing? Why is this damn near going on 5 minutes? Like, seriously, why are they kicking out of stuff? Why are they getting hope spots? Like, really sit there and think about this. I want everybody to think about this. Why is this even going on that long? Just think about that. I just wasn't paying attention. And, they end up winning and stuff. But here's what's kind of funny to me. Mox is calling out the rest of the elite guys, yelling. I'm surprised he didn't bleed this time, but I can see what Bret Hart is talking about within his matches. But then again, shit, he bleeds damn every week, but he hasn't bled yet. And then the elite come out, which at least Omega was smart enough, and that, like, Hangman just kind of run out there last week when there's 4 people in the ring knowing you're going to get your ass kicked. Hangman looked like an idiot last week. But here's what's kind of funny to me. The elite just basically watch their friends or underlings just get the living dog crap kicked out of him, and then you want a sad to come out and come help? So yeah, the Omega and the Bucks return, and they had a crate, and then they had the screwdriver, and for some reason Moxley is standing there forever, which he could have got out of the ring at any time, but they had to show Omega trying to stab him with the the screwdriver, and they got away. So I just think it's funny that the Elite literally just let their friends get their asses kicked for damn near 5 minutes, and they could have came out any time, but they just wanted them to get beat up. But the crowd seemed happy to see them and whatnot, but this still felt like a waste of time. Um, Ruby Soho and Tony Storm went against Sky Blue and Rio. Rio looks like the size of my arm at this point. I did not care. This was like in the 8:30. What was it? 8:30. So yeah, this was the death spot for the AEW women's match, and it was whatever the faces just kind of get outnumbered all the time. Jamie Hayter comes out, gets beat up. Britt Baker comes out and makes the big save. And then so same thing, different week. Chris Jericho went against Keith Lee in the main event, and Keith Lee, him with the cape and the cowl, and listen, I like Keith Lee, but the man looks damn near 60 years old out there. Okay, I knew he'd been gray for a minute, and I guess all that was hair dye the whole time, but it just looks like he's aged damn near 20 years and stuff. Like, I don't want to start saying old man Lee because he's not, but he damn near looks like 60. I wanted to call him Cable at first from X-Men, but even I wouldn't go that far. But I don't know. Keith Lee right now, like, he seemed to move well out there, and Jericho gave him a lot of offense out there to do a lot of big man stuff, and with him and Garcia. But I don't know. Keith Lee, I don't know sometime, but it did Swerve end up coming out, which I guess the feud still continues with Swerve and Keith Lee, because I thought the feud had stopped, but it's still going. And he comes out there and hits him with a weapon, and Jericho ends up pinning him and won. Adam Cole checked on Lee and they walked to the back because they had their feud in NXT a few years ago. And Jericho said, play my music and whatnot. So before the show went off the air. So, um, but yeah, Cole, returned the favor back to Keith Lee for helping out. So we'll see where that goes. But obviously, the Keith Lee and Keith Lee and Swerve feud still continues. But other than that, though, the Dynamite tonight, I thought it was okay. Jeff Hardy coming back. Um, what else? I guess the Elite were back, but well, shit, mostly Jeff. But you know, the Elite kind of getting payback on the Blackpool Combat Club. Wardlow was back after how long has he been gone? Like 3 weeks now. But I just think his momentum has been killed at this point. So I did like Darby. The Darby MJF and Sting segment was really good, and Darby versus Swerve, like that was actually really good. But the rest of the show either was okay or I just did not care. It was just kind of whatever, like the women's tag match or the international title is the international title, so it is what it is. But and like I said, that segment with Ethan Page and Matt and them was dying a thousand deaths until Jeff Hardy came back. But other than that, though, that's all I really got to say about Dynamite. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Got a big weekend coming up, obviously. We may have Rebellion review coming up, a Capital Collision. Don't think I'll review that, but Rebellion for Impact, definitely may be a review for that, so watch out. So other than that, I'm out of here. Like I said before, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Hit that notification bell and like this video. So I'm out of here. See you guys then. Peace out.